So Ramadan is right around the corner, and I think right now is a perfect time to set some goals and plans for the next month to make sure that we achieve our goals for Ramadan. So I thought I'd share with you what I'm going to be doing this month. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Safa. I make videos about pretty much everything, and for the month of Ramadan I thought I would start making videos again. So here we go. So getting right into my goals, the first thing that I have been trying to work on for a couple of years and I've made improvements is to work on my Salah. I want to improve how often I'm praying, how quickly I'm praying, and like how timely I'm praying, and I've made great strides, but the main issue I have is consistency. I have trouble being consistently consistent. Basically, it kind of just ebbs and flows. The duration of my consistency has improved, but I'm still not as consistent as I would like to be. So I made a video last year as well about my goals for Ramadan, and I am basically doing the same thing this year. The plan is to be consistent every single prayer this month, inshallah. The goal with Salah is to pray on time, not be rushed, and make it a part of my daily life in a way that I don't want to feel any stress or concern about missing Salah or forgetting to pray or anything like that. That is always the goal, and the plan is to inshallah be really firm on that this month so that it carries me very easily for the rest of the year. How I'm gonna do this is plan my day around Salah and just be very conscious of Ramadan this month. The first thing I'm doing is making sure that I reduce my commitments to everything else that is not Islam related or Ramadan related so that I have more time to focus on Salah specifically. The second thing that I'm going to be focusing on when it comes to Salah is trying to make sure that I pray one extra set of Salah, like Qaza Salah, every single day for the month of Ramadan, especially because for the last 10 days of Ramadan, my plan is to pray at least 2 extra sets of Salah. The main reason for this is so that I can kind of catch Laylatul Qadr hopefully and get in that extra reward. That is the main goal, obviously. So that is everything pertaining to Salah. The second thing that I want to focus on, which I have tried to here and there, but I'm going to be really hardcore inshallah this year, is to try to make sure that I am reading the translation of the Quran and trying to understand the meaning and applying it into my daily life or just my way of thinking, and just like really absorbing and understanding what is in the Quran and how it relates to my life and like the world in general. So when it comes to that, the plan is to read 1 to 2 pages of the translation of the Quran per day. I also want to try to read the Quran like in Arabic, so it's okay if I miss a few days here and there. I'm not going to be so hardcore about that. Again, the main emphasis for me this month, as pretty much always, is to improve my Salah, and that I don't want me reading the translation of the Quran to take away from that. So I'm gonna try to focus more on the Salah, but aim to read 1 to 2 pages and like thoroughly understand and take my time with reading the translation, inshallah. The third thing I want to focus on is trying to understand the meanings of the names of Allah. Like, I want to take every single day and take just a few minutes to sit down and read about the names of Allah, what they mean. This is a newer addition for me, and the reason is actually I came across a video, I think it was a TikTok video, about how you should try to, when you're making dua, if you're asking for forgiveness or if you're asking for, you know, success in your career or in your life or whatever, like you should try to reference the names of Allah that are related to those specific topics that you're making dua about. And it just was a video that made a lot of sense to me, and I was like, why haven't I like actively done this? Like I don't know why I haven't done it before or haven't considered it for many years. So I want to try to do that. In terms of how I'm going to do it, I think it's really simple. There's 99 names of Allah, so that's about 3 to 4 names per day. And if I'm just taking like literally 2 to 5 minutes to look it up, I will be happy with that. And in terms of how my day is gonna go, I'm thinking during like my lunch break or just when I have a few minutes to myself, instead of scrolling mindlessly, the plan is to just quickly Google and look up like resources where I can read about the names of Allah and get like closer to Allah in that way. So I think it's a really good idea. It's a really simple thing that I can add that won't be stressful, I think. The fourth thing I want to work on is actually related to exercise. I want to just try to get 15 to 20 minutes of exercise earlier in the day, every single day during Ramadan. And the reason for this is I also have issues with consistency with exercise. I feel like I'll have more energy and it'll be a good use of my time, 15 to 20 minutes a day, just walking more actively rather than like just not thinking about it at all. I think it'll also like help me get my mind off of all the other things that I have to do, and it's just a better use of time than just mindlessly scrolling. The last thing I want to focus on in Ramadan is like a social media detox, which I think it is the perfect time to have a social media detox because you're going to be focusing on other things anyway. So it's a perfect excuse to get like a 2-in-1 bargain, really. I will say that I don't think I will be completely off social media, but what I'm trying to do, inshallah, is to actively follow and engage with content that is related to Islam or like educational things that are worth my time and not mindlessly scrolling, because I could do like a whole other video about this, but there's just too much time I have spent on social media doing literally nothing and like getting zero out of it, and I would like to not be wasting my time. Like I want to go on a tangent about how much time I've wasted and how like bad it is for your mental health, just for your like brain, in terms of like your intelligence. But the point is, I think this is a perfect time to reduce my social media consumption, or just like internet whatever consumption, because I'll be focusing inshallah more on Salah and learning about Islam and learning about Allah and alhamdulillah, the names of Allah. I just burped. So to recap, my goals are inshallah to be consistent with my Salah this month and pray extra inshallah, and also read more Quran, including the English translation, and also try to learn about the names of Allah and apply that understanding into my day-to-day life. On top of that, I want to exercise a little bit more, nothing too intense, just something easier to take my mind off of things that could distract me during the month of Ramadan. And then finally, try to do a social media detox where I cater my feed or my experience with the internet in a way that is specific to Ramadan or educational content that, you know, is valuable, inshallah. So those are the plans for this coming month of Ramadan, inshallah. Let me know your plans down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon. Assalamu alaikum.